Dixie State postgame news conference, joined by head coach Chris Faintenauer and senior Cedric Johnson and Mitch Manning. For the student athletes, I don't know if it's sensed on the field, but in the press box it played a little bit like deja vu from the championship game last year in the West region. From the fielder standpoint, from the player's standpoint, how frustrating was that first inning?
Oh, it was very frustrating, especially for me behind the plate. I know Mike is a lot better than that, and when I went to talk to him and said we need you out here, it was very frustrating to see him not to be his normal self.
Yeah, just like the press box, it was the same in the field. That thought came into my mind immediately. Thought about last year's championship game.
Now, from a coaching standpoint, it's got to be equally as frustrating to have a guy that's been solid throughout the year just come up and just not hit the strike zone. So from that first inning perspective, it was a quick hook, and from your standpoint, 3 walks and a hit batter, bringing home runs. It was needed then. What was going through your mind, and what did you hope, and what did you expect to get from Cody bringing him in after Diedrich struggles?
Well, Mike's been our guy. I mean, he's our guy. I mean, that was as uncharacteristic as I've ever seen him. He averaged probably 6 2/3 all year. But obviously at this point in the season, with his struggles, we had to go to somebody, and it's all hands on deck. And so we didn't mind bringing Cody in, and he was really good against them his last outing. So if we play a little defense behind him, he ends up with a lot better line than he did. But Mike will be okay. He'll bounce back. Hopefully we fight to live a couple more days, and Mike will be back on the mound probably Saturday.
Now, chipping away at a 5-run deficit early, you guys get the run in the second inning. Mitch, it was after Chris got the double off the glove. Wild pitch moves him over to third base. So you're in a situation where you've got 1 out, pretty standard baseball situation. Walk us through that at bat and the ground ball that got that run in.
I was just really wanting to put us on the board and get our team rolling from there. And it's looking more to drive the ball, but still, fortunately, I was able to get a ground ball and score the first run.
Then you and Cedric, as the game went on, were kind of the guys in the middle of the lineup that got the base hits to try to spark some rallies. Said you had one in the 4th inning that was a nice line drive as they put that shift against you, and then you had the one that sparked the 8th inning rally to come through. You guys have seen Grand Canyon, obviously, 7 games in the regular season and now here in the postseason. Was there anything different that you saw from Nader, the left-hander, or from Grand Canyon tonight that you may have necessarily not seen in the 7 previous games?
They pitched me. They mixed it up really well that first at bat. He made good pitches, and I struck out. But I just kept my approach, and I was looking for the fastball because they were really going to that to try to get me out with it, and I was ready for it.
Now it's a pretty quick turnaround. Obviously tomorrow at 3 p.m. and you guys are in this situation in a 6-team bracket that as the losers of this 3-4 game, you've got to go against a team that's already got a win in the regional for your tournament and your season life. From both the coaching perspective and the student athlete's perspective, what do you guys expect to get from Chico State tomorrow at 3 p.m.?
They're a good club, and they were the number 1 seed most of the year. They were the highest ranked team in our region the majority of the year. Just had a really tough schedule on the back end, and they were there last year. They're out of this group. They've been in the World Series more than anybody, and they know how to play and how to win and how to fight through this. And the beautiful thing about our game is it is a short turnaround. We got to have a quick memory or short memory and turn it around tomorrow. We got a good guy on the bump tomorrow, Sam Friend, who's been lights out for us, and got to flush it away and just regroup and go tomorrow.
It's nice to get another game against them after last year. I don't feel like they beat us last year, and of course I remember it very, very clearly.
I agree. They're a great team also, but so are we, and anything can happen next day.
Just a very strange inning. Uncharacteristically, you said. Just covered the softball tournament the last weekend, and they had a game, maybe comparable where they're kicking balls all around the park. Given that first inning, even then, does that drain you guys offensively? Because whether they score 5 runs in that inning or 1 run, you guys were able to put up like 6 hits. Did that drain you offensively? It just kind of cast a shadow on the game going forward, or what are your thoughts on that?
It does change the approach as a whole. you know, you got to approach the game differently when you're down by such a large margin.
And then, I mean, on paper, we talked a little bit before. You're not looking to play anyone or to avoid anyone. On paper, you're playing the number 6 seed instead of the number 1 seed tomorrow. Any consolation there, or what do you guys got to do to?
No, that like we talked about. I mean, every team here is good. It's the best 6 teams in the West, and we just got to put ourselves in position. Like Cedric just said about, I mean, the way we play the game offensively, we're not really good at it when we're down by 5 runs in the first inning. You know, our game is to run and to bunt and to play the short game and to control that a little bit, and so that takes us out of that a little bit. But still, you know, we came up in the second, we win that inning in the second, we get the run, we make it a 4-run game, and we're talking about in the dugout. If we can just win innings, we just try and win 5 innings, we tie this game up, you know. And our defense and our pitching just didn't allow us to do that. So we're just excited to have another day to play baseball.
And who's got the away dugout tomorrow? You guys or they do?
I believe we're the visitor.
We do.
Yeah, we're-
Thoughts on that as far as you guys actually being able to strike first, bat-wise tomorrow?
9 innings. Hopefully we'll have more runs than them at the end of 9.
Got any more questions? We'll bid you good luck tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.